also started as an intern, so I'm really happy to introduce you a bit to this opportunity that we have coming up at Cloneshouse, the Cloneshouse European Internship Program. So maybe to give you some context about what Cloneshouse does, we focus on monitoring and evaluation, and also on capacity building, meaning we are working with various organizations and institutions like national governments, bilateral and multilateral agencies, NGOs. We partner with other private firms. We work for private firms. And all this related to monitoring and evaluation services, capacity strengthening, and conducting evaluation and third-party monitoring. We are based, first of all, in Abuja, in Nigeria. We were incorporated in Nigeria in 2012. And also we are incorporated in the USA since 2019. And then we are currently incorporating in Malmö in Sweden. Here you can see our offices. So the internship program is also part of our way of focusing more on the EU regions, but also our team already is quite international, with people in Nigeria and then across other African countries. Me, myself, I'm based in Germany. My colleague is based in Sweden, and we have also people working in the USA for our company. So where are we actually working? We work across the African continent. Our work spans across 10 of our core countries that we focus on, like Cameroon, Cote d'Ivoire, Ethiopia, Ghana, Kenya, Liberia, Benin, Sierra Leone, Somalia, South Sudan, and Nigeria. And we started at the very beginning focusing a lot on capacity building among NGOs, among governments, and increasingly then also went into monitoring and evaluation services. So, for example, we support and performance monitoring. If organizations implement programs, we support them along the way from setting up the program into monitoring the program implementation until the very end, also evaluating the programs. But also sometimes we have companies or NGOs approaching us for evaluating their program at the midterm or at the end, looking at what worked well, capturing lessons learned, strengthening capacities of the teams. And so we also develop programs for how to collect data, how to ensure that the data has good quality, how do we analyze data, how can we tell stories from the data, how can we actually make sense of what is going on in projects and how programs can be improved. Yeah. And then we also like to talk about monitoring and evaluation because it's really key of the work we do. So also including our interns, but also all of our staff, we like to do publications related to monitoring and evaluation. For example, we have a newsletter where we share a lot of resources with our clients or with anyone who's interested. And we also have the Ever Blues. It's kind of comics that we also have shared at the American Evaluation Society meeting last year at the conference. Where we just also try to get monitoring and evaluation into any kind of, into people's heads and inform them about what we see going on in the field. So we really try to approach this topic and make it interesting for people who already work in monitoring and evaluation, but also for anyone who is new to this. as I said, me myself, I have started my journey with Cloneshouse 1.5 years ago. I did this internship also, and what I can say I've found nice that I started my master studies at the same time, and I studied evaluation, and through the internship I really got a practical experience of everything I had learned at uni. How can I actually apply it, and how does it actually look like when I use what I have learned, and how is it like working with clients? Because as you will later see, the internship opportunity also includes a lot of working in projects and actually interacting with clients. So I think that's one thing I found really enriching from the experience, and also working in this international team that we have. And that's why, I stayed with Cloneshouse up to now. I'm supporting this launch of this internship, also supporting you on your journey as you would be joining us as interns. And I'm also supporting with some business development tasks, like meeting with other companies that are mostly based in the EU region. How can we work together with them? How can we partner? And so these are some of the tasks I have taken up since I have stayed with Cloneshouse. So, this is pretty much a new program that we are now launching on a bigger scale. We have an African internship program targeting people from the African continent since quite a long time. And now the European Internship Program is our way of strengthening the capacities of young people inside the European region in monitoring and evaluation, and giving them an opportunity to learn. So we are seeking for young people who are from these 6 countries: Belgium, Denmark, France, Germany, Netherlands, and Sweden. If you are here and you're not from these countries, we have our African internship program, but this one is really only for people who come from these countries. The internship is 100% remote, and it requires you to at least invest 5 hours per week into the program. And it's for English-speaking people, as that's our working language. It's designed to last 7 months, and we're looking to recruit 1 person per country. So, as I said, we are looking for people from these core countries to also support our work there. And it's important to note that we are not only looking for professionals already in the field of monitoring and evaluation, but we are really open to anyone who is enthusiastic, who likes to learn more about this, who has maybe engaged a bit in it, but wants to strengthen their skills. So anything related to capacity building, if you like research, if you like generally working in the international setting, all of this is very welcome, and we are looking forward to have you on board. So maybe to give you a bit of an overview of what you can expect from the opportunity. So all of our interns, including the ones for the African internship program, but also for the European ones, they go through 2 trainings that are related to M&E, and these are also the trainings we are offering to our clients usually. So one is a basic monitoring and evaluation course that takes about 3 weeks. And then we have an advanced one that takes about 6 weeks. And this is really where you can get a lot of all the theories around monitoring and evaluation, but also you will be working in a team with other people who are taking the same course. You will be working on assignments. So yeah, also really some practical parts to it. And then also all our interns are joining in proposal writing. As we are ongoing, we are always applying for new opportunities for maybe organizations who do evaluations, who do monitoring, and who look for someone to do them. And that's where we apply. And so you will be also joining in, writing the proposals, expressing interest, and also be asked to always yourself look out for opportunities that we might want to work on together. Then we also have some ongoing evaluations and projects where you will also get the chance to join our teams and get first-hand experience on that. And we have capacity strengthening programs for our partners, some in Nigeria, some outside, and so our interns are also asked to support us on these trainings that we do in preparations and maybe capturing lessons learned. Yeah. And if there would be an opportunity in your country, for example, that comes up during the internship program, you could also be asked to support there. We have some key performance indicators, kind of giving you an idea what do we expect from our interns. So we have weekly monitoring and evaluation and learning meetings where we basically meet as a team and we discuss what projects we are currently working on, what are lessons learned. Everyone can share their challenges or opportunities they see. And so we wish our interns to join at least 2 of these meetings in the month, as they're really a good way to get to know the colleagues and to know what everyone is working on, basically. Then also we look for interns to write blog posts. As I said, we do a lot of publications on the topics we are working on, so that will also be part of what is requested from you. And then we will make our best to involve you in at least 2 projects that our current staff is currently working on. So for you to get practical experience in those. We don't pay interns as such. However, depending on your skills and on the motivation you bring in the team, whenever there are opportunities, we can bring you on the team, and that's where also payment can take place. It always depends on what opportunities come up and how do they match with your skills, but that's an possibility. And also, just as I did, quite a number of our past interns stay with us after they finish the internship, and they can get a junior role in monitoring and evaluation and business development. That also depends on what work is ahead and what everyone is interested in. But as this internship is also our step in strengthening our projects on the European side, we are looking also forward to collaborate further. And next to that, we have the online trainings. As I said, usually we offer them to our clients, but for interns, they're for free. And this is actually a picture from on the right side. There you see our executive manager at the American Evaluation Conference, presenting our Everblues comics, as you can see on the left side of the picture. We have quite a lot of our past interns who have actually build their career in monitoring and evaluation, working in various international and national organizations. Here are just a few that you might want to look at. So the application deadline for this opportunity, as I'm sure you have seen already, is the 19th of August. So we are looking forward to your applications. And you can hand in your application by filling out a very simple form. And maybe some of you have already done that. And then we are looking to contact everyone towards the 30th of August to let them know whether they were selected. And those ones who were selected will also be requested to hand in a CV that should at least have 3 references. And then also further communication will take place for the remaining election rounds. Yeah, and for shortlisted candidates, we then also ask for an identification and maybe recommendation letter or anything that can show the former work or any experiences you got. I thank you very much for listening, and I'm open for any questions that you might have.
Hi, Magdalena, it's Svenja.
Hello. Yeah, maybe you can share, everyone can start by just naming their name and maybe where they come from. I think that will be nice to hear, and then you can come with your question. Thanks.
Okay, I'm from Germany and we studied the same program.
Yes.
So I just saw your post on LinkedIn just like an hour ago. And I was wondering if you have some examples about the projects that this organization is taking care of at the moment.
Yeah. So let me just stop sharing my screen so that we can actually see each other. Thanks. So maybe I can share one that I have also been working on. I've been working on the TAFTA project. That's a project that is implemented in Nigeria. Actually, they work on arts project. I think it's funded by the African Mastercard Foundation, and they do a lot on arts, on training people in stage slides, for example. They do training on all kind of things that go in hand with performance, and we support them since the start of their project. We do monitoring and evaluation about the trainings, for example. Yeah, and I think my colleague can also share a bit more about that. Princess? Manuel, are you there?
Hi, Magdalena.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is Noel. I thank you so much for that question. In addition to what Magdalena said, we are also working on a base study in conjunction or working for the Rotary Action Group for Reproductive, Maternal and Child Health. You may have heard of RMCH. Yeah, for a project called Little Steps, Big Help, tackling malaria and malnutrition amongst infants and mothers. So that project is happening in three different states. So you might be wondering, here in Nigeria, so you might be wondering how you can participate. For each of these projects, we have project meetings, and our interns are always invited and encouraged to attend these meetings to pick up the lessons and all whatnot. We are also developing data collection instruments for the Federal Ministry of Youth and Sports Development here in Nigeria. We are facilitating monitoring and evaluation training across the 6 geopolitical zones. I also want to state that we are in a consortium led by Alinea, and Cloneshouse is a partner, and we've been selected as a supplier on the UK FCDO GDD framework. GDD stands for the Global Development Delivery Framework, particularly for the low value lots. I hope what I'm saying is not high sounding, but I mean, if you're in the M&E field, you probably might have a hang of what I'm saying. So the lots are in economic development, climate change, health, the humanitarian field, education, gender and social inclusion, economic development, and trade governance. In the same consortium, we've been selected as a partner or as a supplier, my apologies, for the Global Evaluation Monitoring Framework Agreement for 2 low-value lots, which includes monitoring and then MEL, monitoring, evaluation, and learning. So these are just, you know, a few of the projects that we are currently, you know, working on. Some we are still positioning for, not just in Nigeria, but, you know, in Europe as well, where our focus is at this time. We have, you know, struck a number of partnerships with several European organizations to carry out male work in that region. So yeah, so that's what I would say about that. I hope this answers your question to a reasonable extent. Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
All right. Thank you.
And maybe to add a bit on the thematical areas we are working on. So we do a lot of work on capacity strengthening, on civil society strengthening, on education, on health, just as I just gave the example also on economic aspects. So these are kind of like some few of the sectors we are working on, we're focusing on. Yeah. And concerning the lots, because it was a bit technical, I think it's just about basically the like categories, and then different kinds of sizes of firms can apply to certain job opportunities that are offered. And so the lots is kind of showing, okay, which kind of company can be eligible to apply to perform a certain job. It's on a global level, it's the advertising these opportunities that you mentioned. Yeah. Further questions? Yeah.
Sorry.
Hi.
Oh, did I just interrupt someone?
Oh, I just wanted to ask something else as well. That's fine, Sue. You can finish off.
Okay, thank you. I wanted to know if it's okay for for interns to actually have a side job, because I wonder how it is arranged with the meetings that interns have to participate in.
Yeah. So as we have outlined, we expect them at least to commit at least 8 hours. However, yeah, I would say it's flexible. Don't worry about a side job. I did also my studies while I did my internship at Cloneshouse. We do have this expectation to at least join these two meetings, for example. And also when you're involved in projects, you're also expected to join these meetings. But there can be found a way to work around this. Yeah.
Thank you,
It
Magdalene.
depends on, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, thank you, Magdalene, for highlighting that. I just wanted to state that I think I mistakenly missed that out. I don't know, because international ideas is in Sweden. Yeah. So we just signed a contract with them to carry out some training and other mail work for some states here in Nigeria. This happened, today is the 8th, so we signed our contract on the 6th. So as an intern, you know, in the Europe area, you might find this interesting to be a part of. So what we are doing is to enhance the effectiveness of justice reform teams and administration of criminal justice monitoring committees through key activities.
I see a question in the chat. Is it possible for students in
like carrying out a
Austria
needs
to apply?
assessment and all of that. So I just checked that.
Noel, can you repeat your last sentence? I think it didn't get through.
Yeah, I think my network is unstable. So I was saying that for the International Institute for Democracy and Electoral Assistance, which is, I believe, in Sweden, right? It was founded in Sweden. We signed a contract with them on the 6th, which is 2 days ago. So we are rendering technical assistance to them to enhance the effectiveness of justice reform teams and administration of criminal justice monitoring committees. Yeah, we are carrying out needs assessments to be conducted for these JRTs and ACJMCs in about 8 states or 6 states in Nigeria. Yeah, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I think 8 states in Nigeria. So I think for you in Europe, that might be a project that interests you. It's going to run from this month of August till sometime in December 2026. So it would be a good project to plug into if you make it to the CEIP. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Noel.
Thank you.
I see a question in the chat. Is it possible for students in Austria to apply? We have these core countries for now, but I think please send me a message to eu@cloneshouse.com, and then we will also discuss that further in our team. Thank you. That's fine.
I also have a question.
Yeah.
I'm sorry for my camera. I'm traveling, so I think my background is not so good. Magdalene, I want to find out about eligibility. If I'm a Ghanaian in Germany and I've already completed my master's program, am I still eligible to apply?
So you're saying you're currently in Germany, or you have done your master's?
No, I did the master's here, completed, but I'm still in Germany at the moment. So I wanted to find out, am I still?
Sure, yeah, send in your application.
Okay, okay. Thank you.
Good afternoon. I also have a question, please.
Sure, go ahead. Thanks.
Yeah, okay. So I'm Lindani. I'm also in Bremen in Germany. And my two questions have already been answered. But I also wanted to find out on the working time, in case one is admitted, working times, like is there a specific time or specific times that or days that we're expected to cover the 8 hours? And it was also about the eligibility in terms of, I'm also from Zimbabwe. I have now a citizenship here, so I also wanted to find out if you're specifically looking for natives or someone with a residence or is now a citizen here. So those two questions, but the other one has been answered on eligibility. And then the timetable one is the one I'm interested in, please.
Sure, thank you. Yeah, so for the first one, please go ahead. You can apply. And then for the timetable, I would say it's flexible. Well, maybe you might also want to share your perspective on this.
Okay, thank you so much, Magdalene. Like Magdalena said, it's really quite flexible because it's more of a remote engagement. You will be assigned tasks which really are self-paced. You just work towards a particular timeline. And then for project meetings, calendar invites are sent way ahead so you can arrange your schedule to attend those important meetings. Yeah, so that's basically it.
Thank you. Magdalena, could you kindly repeat the email you mentioned for the Austrian candidate
Yeah.
question, please?
It's eu@cloneshouse.com, but I will also send it in the chat.
Oh, cloneshouse.com. Okay, yes, I've seen it. Thank you.
Welcome.
Okay, so do we have any further questions or remarks from anyone? Just so that we are sure that everyone is satisfied with the presentation and there are no questions.
There's a question in the chat.
Okay.
I'm Belgian, currently located in Sweden, a resident of Bau. No, I think it doesn't matter which one you indicate. Maybe you can check one in the application form, and then you can mention the other one in one of the text fields in the application form, just so you know, so that we know you're a resident in both countries. I just tick one of them as your residency. Thanks.
Okay, we can see a message from Peculiar saying that she's Nigerian and she would like to be part of the project. So you can only participate in the project within the framework of the internship program. We don't just admit people to be part of projects that way. Okay, so everything is within the context of the internship program. I hope I've answered that question adequately. Okay. So Magdalene, over to you, please.
Thanks. Okay, in absence of any further questions, I thank you a lot. I sent my email in the chat. You can reach me there for any further questions that might pop up even after the session. Feel free to send me an email. You can also find the application form on our website. And yeah, we're looking forward to your applications. Thanks again for being here, for having taken the time to attend today's session.
Thank you, Magdalena.
Welcome. Thanks.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.